Hey there guys, Jimmy from Classy Gaming here, and I wanted to make this video because sometimes I like to talk about dumb stuff and sometimes you like to hear me talk about dumb stuff, so I figure we can, kill two birds with one stone here. And, just because Overwatch is coming out pretty soon and people are getting kind of disillusioned with TF2 sometimes and are looking for, competitive matchmaking to save the game, I think it's nice that we take a look at some of the things that makes TF2 the game it is, the unique and amazing experience that it is. Now, I may make a series of this where I talk about all the various things that are unique to TF2, or not just TF2, but, things that TF2 does well that, I think are worthy of mentioning. But overall, I just kind of want to, talk about stuff that, maybe will help you guys, I don't know, fall in love with TF2 again, because it's never too late to do that, you know what I mean? So, ultimately, this video is going to be about mobility, as I'm sure you could tell from the title. Now, what is mobility? Mobility is how you move through the game. And TF2 is very unique in that sense. There's a lot of different options for mobility. Now, obviously, yes, you can run around and jump around and stuff like that. But let's go more in depth here. Now, I'm going to show you gameplay of, normal stuff, me playing Soldier, because that's one of the most mobile classes in the game, and probably the best class I'm at, or the class I'm best at, I should say. Because I kind of suck at Demoman jumping, but I'm pretty good at Soldier jumping. I'm not that good, but I'm decent at it. I'm above average, I'd say. So that's pretty decent for me. So basically, in TF2, you have a lot of different options when it comes to mobility. Now, obviously, there's a scout. You can just run around really fast and double jump, or triple jump if you have the atomizer, or lots of jumps if you use the soda popper. And that's fun, and that's cool, and you can, that's a pretty good way to, use the mobility of TF2, but there's more than that. There's a lot of classes that rely on explosive jumping, which is one of the most amazing things about this game. Soldiers, obviously, rocket jump, which means they shoot a rocket at a wall or at a, surface like the ground, and they propel themselves forward, up, backwards, wherever they want to go at very high speeds. And with, a lot of practice and a lot of, just skill in general, you can travel all the way across the map in a matter of seconds as a soldier. And that is amazing. You can jump in and out of fights as a soldier, and that is also amazing. Basically, you bomb in, you do a bunch of damage, and then before you die, you can just jump out, Or there's the, the rocket jumper market gunner, situation where you take no damage from your rockets, and then you just jump in and out trying to go for market gunner kills, or if you have a shotgun, go for shotgun kills. And that's a lot of fun, And I like the fact that TF2 has that. I don't really know of any other game that has mobility like that, just options for mobility that you can just use like that. And I think that's really special as far as TF2 goes, And there's also Demoman jumping. Demoman jumping meaning you use your sticky bombs to propel yourself in the air, usually off the ground or off a wall. And you can also use your grenade launcher because, the pipes, if you lay them on the ground, if you let them roll around a little bit and they blow up on you, you can use those to propel yourself in the air. I've seen really skilled Demoman jumpers, which I am not, so you will not be seeing any footage of this because I don't want to, steal someone else's shit. But I've seen Demoman jumpers actually use their pills in midair to fire, away across the map. And of course, there's, just the air pogoing, or whatever the hell it's called, the air juggling, where, you shoot a sticky bomb while you're in midair, forward and a little bit under you, so that way when you're over the sticky bomb that you launched, you can actually propel yourself even further in midair. That's very unique. Obviously, it's not that useful in normal pub games unless you're using a sticky jumper, but it's still an amazing ability. The fact that you can essentially propel yourself in mid-air without ever having to touch a surface, that's amazing, honestly. And I think it's really worth noting that as a unique feature of the game. And let's not forget about, the smaller ones, like detonator jumping or squirt shot jumping for the pyro. Obviously not as versatile or as useful as rocket jumping or Demoman sticky bomb jumping, but you can still get to places you normally wouldn't be able to. And with the recent discovery of double detonator jumping by Red Robot, you can get even further places now, even higher, even farther. And that's amazing. Obviously, that's a bit more hard to do, has a much higher skill cap, and isn't quite as useful as a lot of other jumping techniques, but it's still worth mentioning, because what other game can you do that in? None that I know of. Now, obviously, there's rocket jumping and stuff like that in other games. You know, we have Quake, we have, you know, various other games like that. Even Overwatch has a form of sticky bomb jumping in Junkrat. But it's worth noting that it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same freedom of mobility that you see in TF2. TF2's mobility features are amazing. They really, really are. And I think it's one of the most unique features of the game, and I love it. I really, really do. You know, and aside from that, you know, you just have things like air strafing and, again, scout jumping, you know. And it's amazing what people come up with. And people come up with new stuff basically every single day. You know, new jumps, new surfs, new, you know, just all kinds of things that are only possible in Source games, in TF2 and Counter-Strike, you know. TF2 especially, because you have the jumping and, you know, the rocket jumping and the sticky bomb jumping and the detonator jumping. So you find people making all these amazing plays just because, you know, the game's engine allows for it. The game's, you know, physics allow for it. And that's amazing. That's very, very unique. And I really, really appreciate that. I think that's why I love Soldier so much, is the mobility factor. It makes the game play very differently from a lot of other games, you know? And I think that's one of the best things about it. Maybe, you know, you have your own, you know, opinions on this, but regardless, I think it's safe to say that, you know, this is one of the most unique things about TF2. And like I said, if you guys want me to talk about more unique things in TF2, I'd be happy to. Maybe in like a different series or something like that. But regardless, I think it's worth mentioning that, you know, the mobility in this game is really something to behold. And I really encourage everyone to try it out, whether you like Soldier or Demo. Just try out jumping, try out surfing, try out air strafing, try out whatever you want. Just, you know, open up your gameplay a bit. Learn, because it's important. Anyways, thank you all for listening and watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful day and or night. GG. Peace the fuck out.